Hi, I'm Judy with Amazing Trails Yoga. Today's practice is all about warming up and strengthening your core and back so that your spine can move more easily, bend with you, thus improving your range of motion as well as your quality of life. Having hiked Ramapo Reservation Trails. We will start sitting on a block with the tops of your feet on the mat, your hands at prayer, and we'll inhale our arms up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, and bring your hands to your thighs. Look over your right shoulder to the center, your left shoulder to the center, looking up, straight ahead. Stick your nose and chin forward, drop your chin to your chest. We'll roll our right ear toward our right shoulder, nice and slowly all the way around to your left shoulder and down. We'll put our hands in prayer. We'll inhale our arms up and around. We're starting to loosen up the spine a bit as we circle up and around, and placing our hands back on our knees, or rather our thighs. You're looking over your left shoulder, straight ahead, your right shoulder, straight ahead, looking up, straight ahead, sticking your nose and chin forward. You're dropping your chin to your chest. Roll your left ear to your left shoulder, around behind, to your right, and forward. Taking your hands in prayer, we'll put our elbows together. Inhale our elbows up, and we're coming down to a 90-degree angle. We're not coming all the way down. We're coming down to 90 degrees and coming up. Lift up your elbows and coming down. This is in preparation for what I have in store for you later. Inhaling our elbows up and down to a 90-degree angle. We'll put our hands forward, coming into child pose. We will walk our arms over to the right. Our seat is still on the block. Maybe you could put your left hand over your right hand. Third eye toward the mat, toward the ground. And we're coming up. We feel this in our sides, but we're also bending the back in a different spot than we normally would. Take your right hand over your left and bring your third eye down to the ground. And you're coming up and around. We are in child pose. You're bringing your back up in a nice arch and into a cat. Our cow rather, you're drawing your shoulder blades back, your udders are coming down to the mat. Back into cat and sit down on the block. Third eye to the mat. We'll arch our way back up and exhale our shoulders back. Our udders are coming down. Back into cat. And we're seated on the block. We'll do that one more time. We're arching up into our cat-cow. And we're backing up, sitting our seat on the block in a nice elongated child pose, and we're keeping our forearms on the ground as we slide forward. Take your feet back, the block is through your legs. We're coming up into a sphinx. Maybe you could pull your elbows back toward your chest, your fingers are spread, your thumbs are touching. We're in a sphinx pose. Come over the sides of your feet, or the tops of your feet. You're lifting up your pelvis, and we're dropping our hips to the side, just loosening up our spines from side to side, side to side, at your own pace. Very nice. Coming to stillness. We'll drop our pelvis to the floor. We're coming up into a tabletop. In tabletop, your hands are directly under your elbows, under your shoulders. Your back is flat. We will come into a sunbird to strengthen our back before we bend and twist our back for nice, healthy, strong back. Inhale your right arm forward and your left leg comes back. Now you're going to take your right hand and thread the needle under your chest as your knee comes back to the mat. Your right ear to the mat. Unthread the needle as you extend your left leg and your right arm comes up. And back to table. We'll come back into sunbird. Your right arm is forward, your left leg is back. Bring your knee to the mat as you thread the needle. Palm is up, ear on the mat. Unthread the needle, lifting up your right arm, extending your left leg like a kickstand, and back into table. We'll do that one more time. We're coming into a sunbird, and we're threading the needle under you, right ear to the mat. Unthread the needle as you lift up your right arm, extend your back leg. And we are in table. We'll do that on the other side. Keep that block between your legs, between your ankles. Inhale your left arm up and your right leg comes back in sunbird. Now we drop our right knee to the mat as we thread the needle under our chest. Our left palm is up toward the sky, left ear on the mat. We unthread the needle, raise your left arm up, extend your right leg, and we come back in table. Extend your left arm and your right leg back. Bring your knee to the mat as we thread the needle, palm up to the sky. Unthread the needle as your right leg extends and your left arm comes up. And in table, we'll do that one more time. We're coming right into the sunbird. Left arm forward, right leg back. Knee to the mat as you thread the needle. Unthread as we bring our arm up to the sky, our left leg back, with mine being in the water. And we're coming back into table. Sit back on your block. Between your heels, we're coming into a child's pose. From child's pose, we're sliding forward. Keep your forearms on the mat. We're coming into the sphinx. Bring your elbows back so that your hands are under your shoulders. We're coming up into baby bear cobra. So you're lifting up your shoulders and your hands come a bit off the ground in baby bear cobra. Strengthening the back. Extend your arms out to the sides, left ear to the mat. And we wag our tails back and forth, loosening up the spine. And we come back, our hands are under our shoulders. We're coming part way up in mama bear cobra. And coming down, your right ear to the mat. Extend your arms out to a T. Again, we're wagging our tails back and forth. We bring our arms back under our shoulders. We're coming up into a Papa Bear Cobra all the way up. Look over your right shoulder at your right heel. Looking forward, your left shoulder at your left heel. Now we're going to bring our shoulder forward, our left shoulder forward, right shoulder back, and the other way. Kind of giving you the shoulder look. Could bat your eyelashes. Just loosening up your backs, your shoulders. Looking behind you. Bringing one shoulder forward at a time. Very nice. Lifting up your hips. We'll sit back into the child's pose. And you're sliding forward again. Dropping your pelvis to the floor. We're going to do the Superman. So you have the block between your legs. And you're lifting up your arms and your legs, lifting up the block at the same time. And down. Again, we lift up our arms and the block with our legs up and down, Superman pose. And one more time, lifting up our arms or flying through the sky like Superman. Bring your arms around behind you, place them on the mat, drop your left ear to the mat, wag your tail. Now we're looking forward, take your arms behind you, put your palms together, interlace your fingers, raise your chest, and down, drop your nose toward the mat. Raise your chest. If you want to raise your feet at the same time and the block, you may. And down. And one more time, a super back strengthener. And down. Very nice. Take your hands under your shoulders and we're sitting back into a child pose. This time you could remove the block and bring it on the side of the mat. Your other block is on the side of the mat. And you're rounding up into a plank position. Come over the tops of your toes. Lift up your seat toward the sky. Walk your hands, or walk your feet up to your hands. I'm coming a little toward the end of the mat a little bit. We're in Uttanasana, forward fold. Feels nice on the back. Now we're coming up Ardha Uttanasana. Halfway up, we're straightening the back, lengthening the back. This is also called monkey pose. And we're coming all the way up. Your arms come up and around behind your head. You could interlace your fingers or just touch your fingers together. I'm just touching. Mine are not all the way interlaced. And we're bending forward at the 90-degree angle that we just were at. Your elbows are out. And back up. We'll do that again. Not the easiest, but a really good back strengthener. And up. It's also good to bend your back this way. And we're coming forward one last time for now. And coming up. You are going to bring your left leg back a bit. You're bending both legs. You're staggering your left leg. And we're leaning forward or bending forward, bringing your right elbow up. Your left elbow comes down and up. Requires a bit of balance, a lot of core work. Lifting up your right elbow, your left elbow comes down and up. And one more time, we lean forward, your right elbow comes up, your left elbow down. Very nice, and up. You're straightening your arms. Bring your left leg back into a high lunge. Your arms come around behind you. Your elbows are out. Maybe your fingertips can connect. You're leaning to the right. Your right elbow comes up. Now you're going to extend your arms. You could put your hand on any height of the block that you like. I have it on the highest for now. Come up into a twisted lunge. Your right arm comes down behind you, left arm is up, and then bring it around for a high lunge. Again, your elbows are out to the side, fingertips connected. We lean forward, lift up your right elbow, left elbow drops. Extend your arms. I'm going to put the block at a different height. Coming up into the twisted lunge. Your right arm connects with your back left leg. Your left arm comes up. And we're in a high lunge. We'll do that one more time, adding one little movement. Our arms are out to the side, our elbows lean forward. We twist to the right, your right elbow up, left elbow down. Extend your arms, use the block, bring the ground closer to you. We come up in a twisted lunge. Bring your right arm down on your left thigh, the back of your left thigh. Left arm comes up, and you're keeping your right arm on your back thigh as you drop your left heel and bring your left arm around to connect with your right. Palms together, interlace your fingers, square off your hips to the front of the mat, and we're going to come into a humble warrior. Lean forward, take your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Your arms can come up overhead. Maybe you could drop the crown of your head toward the mat. We're in a humble warrior. We're coming back up into a warrior one. Pick up your heel. We bring your hands to either side of the mat. Your right foot comes back to meet your left. We're in a plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a nice breath in and out. We will walk our feet up toward our hands. We're in a forward fold Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana, we come halfway up with a nice flat back. And we're coming up, snow angel your arms around and bring them behind your head. Your fingertips are touching, elbows out, and we lean forward 90 degrees. And coming up, your elbows out. Helps to keep your back nice and straight as we lean forward. And we come up. And again, we lean forward, our elbows are out. And very nice, we come up. We're going to stagger our right leg back a bit, bending both legs. I think we look like that one discus statue, if you know what I'm talking about. We're leaning forward. Take your right elbow down, your left elbow comes up, and back. It's very good core work and balance. You're leaning forward, twisting your spine, and coming up. We'll do that one more time. Both legs are bent. We're leaning forward, twisting. Your left elbow is up, your right elbow down. And we're coming back. We're bringing our arms up and lunging our right leg back into a high lunge. Take your hands behind your head. Your fingertips are touching. You're leaning forward. And your left elbow comes up, your right elbow comes down. Extend your arms. You could utilize the block. We could start in the highest. Your left arm is up. Now you're coming into a twisted lunge. Bring your left hand on the back of your right thigh. Your right arm comes up. Left arm comes up and around. Back behind your head, your fingertips are touching. You're leaning forward, your left elbow comes up, right elbow down. Extend your arms. I'm dropping the block to a lower level. You're coming up into a twisted lunge. Left hand comes down to the back of your right thigh, your right arm up. And you're bringing your left arm around. Connect your fingertips, your elbows are out. We'll do that one last time. You're leaning forward, twisting to the side, left elbow up. Extend your arms, utilize that block. Coming up into a twisted lunge. Your left arm connects to the back of your right thigh, your right arm is up. Keep your left hand on your right thigh. Drop your right heel to the mat. Bring your left arm around. Now connect your palms together. Interlace your fingers. We'll square off our hips to the front of the mat. We're coming into a humble warrior. You're leaning forward, your left shoulder to the inside of your left thigh. Arms up overhead, crown of your head toward the mat. Very, very humble. Bowing down, opening up your back as we speak, your shoulders. And we're coming back up. We'll be in Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Pick up your back heel, very nice. Come down with your hands on either side of your left foot. You're going to come back into a plank, Chaturanga, upward facing dog. And now you're sitting back on your heels. Your feet are up. We're going to come into a twisted camel. If you like, you can see how dirty my mat is getting. You could roll your mat so that you have some cushioning on your knees, and you can come and rest your knees on that. I think I'm okay. The ground is really soft here. You are taking both blocks and put them between your heels, on the insides of your heels. Okay, and you're on the balls of your feet, you're on your knees, hopefully some kind of cushion on your knees. And we'll inhale our arms up. On the exhale, bring your right arm back. Keep your pelvis facing the front of the mat. Right arm back, we're going to twist it over to the top of the block on the left side. And you're coming up. You can maybe sit your bum down on the blocks. If you like, come up and do the same to the other side. Take your left leg to the right block. We're bending and twisting your spine, your back. Coming up. You could maybe take a little seat. And we could do this at your own pace. I'm going to lower the blocks each time I come around and lean forward. My left arm is down. I'm lowering the blocks. I feel more and more flexible. And coming up. I'm going to lower it to even the lowest part if I can. Well, they're a little too wide, so I'll put them out to the side. I'm going to touch my left heel with my right arm and up, and my right heel with my left arm if you can. Otherwise, stay with the blocks, no shame. Coming down. If you're truly bendable, you can come to the tops of your feet and go for your heel. And back, go for your heel, and back. You can sit back in a nice, relaxing child's pose. From child's pose, you're coming up and you're taking one of the blocks, and you are going to swing your legs around in front, and you're putting the block under your spine, right at the edge, your tailbone, And you're laying your head back, your knees are bent. We're bringing our knees toward our chest so the block is on your tailbone. You're straightening your legs up toward the sky. If they're bent, that's fine. You could stay just like this. If you like, you can bring your legs up overhead, lift up your seat. You could support your seat, bring your feet overhead into a plow. My feet are right in the water. Feels actually good. You're totally stretching your back. Should feel really nice. Very lovely. From this, you can bring both feet up. You're coming up into a shoulder stand. And you can drop your tailbone right back onto the block. If you were here on the block the whole time, that is perfectly fine. I like to hold onto the block so it's not moving at all. I feel safer that way, a little more secure. You could drop your right heel toward the mat and bring it back up. Your left heel toward the mat and bring it back up. You could bring both heels down to the mat, or you could bend your legs at the knees and bring the soles of your feet to the mat. You could straighten one leg out and the other, or keep the soles of your feet to the mat. Or if you had started up in the shoulder stand, you can bring both feet down without bending them first, whatever you like, whatever works for you. And here's a nice little restful pose. Starting to wind down. Very lovely. And draw the soles of your feet close to you. They're on the mat. And you're going to lift up your pelvis and remove the block. Your arms come out to a T. Your heels come together, your ankles come together, and you are going to go from side to side, an active spinal twist. Side to side, you're stacking your legs over one another. Very nice. Lovely. Now bring your knees towards center and pull them up toward your chest. And we're going to have a little fun with this. You are going to bring your knees over to the right. Extend your legs straight. Maybe you can take your right hand and connect with your toes, your feet, your calf, your thigh, anything on you. Now take your left arm over and connect with your foot. Again, any part of you, keeping your head down. Bring your left arm up and around. Very nice. Disconnect with your right hand. You're going to bend your legs at the knees and bring them up and over to the other side. I know I'm getting dirty. Don't mind me. Extend your legs out straight. Maybe you can connect with your left hand to your toes, your feet, your legs, any part of your legs. Bring your right arm up to the sky and over. Make some kind of connection, maybe to your toes. Bring your arm up and around. Disconnect with your left hand, bend your legs at the knees, bring them up by your shoulder, or up by your chest. We're rolling to the other side. We might do this a little faster. Extend your legs, touch your toes or your legs, whatever you can. Bring your left arm up and over. Make the connection. Up and over. Bend your legs at the knees, bring them across to the other side. Extend your legs, touch your toes. Bring your right arm up, over, make a connection. Bring your right arm up and over again. Bend your legs at the knees and bring them to your chest. We'll do that one more time. So we're going all the way over with our knees to the right. Extend your feet. Grab a hold of something with your right hand and take your left arm up and over. Very nice. Bring it around again. Bend your legs at the knees. Coming over to the other side. Your legs come out. Extend your legs. Take your left hand to your toes, your feet. Maybe you could touch your feet by now. Bring your right arm up and over. Back up to the sky and down. We're going to bend our legs at the knees and bring them to your chest. Very, very nice. You could give yourselves a nice hug. We're ending in a restorative savasana. So you are taking both blocks, and I'll show you a little bit. Take the block, one block elongated, and put it between your shoulder blades. And you could rest that way and take the other block behind your head. And you're resting your head on the block. Your palms are up toward the sky. You're opening up your heart to the sky, your chest, your back. This should feel nice. You should be pretty open by now, very open, much stronger. We're coming into a shavasana. Just relax, enjoy this. You can stay in this restorative pose for as long as you like. And when you are ready, gently remove the blocks, put them over to the side. Oh, mine went in the water. I hope it doesn't float away. Bring your knees up to your chest. Your hands can come behind your thighs, and you're going to roll up a few times to give yourself a nice little back massage. My cameraman's smiling. Oh, there goes the block. And we're coming up. You're crossing your legs in Sukhasana. Your hands are together, palms together in prayer. This was so much fun. This is so good for your back. You feel strong, flexible, bendy. It's so healthy. Helps your core, your posture. Stay with us. We love you. Subscribe to us and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Namaste.